What's up, people? Welcome to another video, and today it is freaking hot. I don't know what's happening. Some of you guys on other parts of the world, wherever you're watching this from, you might be expecting winter. There is no winter down here where I'm from. It is hot. That's why I have one of my fans for support. No pun intended. But the damage has been done. Deal with it. But anyway, we're back with another video, and I'm just going to go on a bit of a discussion or a rant on why knowing is not enough when it comes to trading. So you can do all the research, you can do all your findings, you can look up all the statistics. 90% of traders fail. You can know all sorts of things. You can know all the strategies. You can know how to use strategies, what time, what candle, what fraction of the candle, but at the end you could ultimately not still be profitable. Why? Well, what I've noticed in today's world that it's seeming to be a problem, but people don't really recognize it. It might not be much of a problem for a lot, but I feel a lot of people is a very dormant thing. People are forgetting that they have the abilities to think for themselves. In fact, they should think for themselves. You should understand something for yourself, and then you can now, like, you should question it, you should put it to the test, and then make it work for you. You understand? So how, let me use an illustration here. Let's say you find somebody, he's trading a strategy, right? And you look him up, he's putting it out there, he's successful, he's making profits. You go and learn that same strategy and you're losing. Why are you losing when he's not losing? Because it doesn't just happen like this. You don't just copy paste like a gimmick kind of thing, like, oh, do as I do. It doesn't work. Trading does not work like that. It cannot. You can be taught by the best trader in the whole universe and you will still lose, because you cannot escape the due diligence you need to do. What is that due diligence? You actually need to act. You need to do things. You need to create systems to ensure your success. Doing. The only way to interact in this physical world is by what? If I don't do this with my finger, if I don't touch my palm, would I have touched my palm? I could think about it all day, about how bad I would like to touch my palm. But if I don't do this, nothing is going to happen, no matter what. Because systems have been made in place, and that is how the world works. That's how the world works, as far as whether you like it or not. If you get a pen and you drop it, it's going to fall to the ground. You understand? Because that system has been made in place and it runs on its own. Another good way to put this is intention. That's a good way to encompass all of this. If you do not move towards your goals with intention, you are not going to go anywhere. Everybody wants to be rich. Everybody wants to have a very nice life, wants to be a better version of themselves. But how much do you actually do? How much do you actually do towards it? Because if I say how do you work towards it? You can sit on your bed. You could have done all the research, then you lie on your bed and you don't really make any effort. And most people's problems could just be fear of the unknown. You understand? Fear of the unknown. I'm going all about the place, but it's a really, really crucial thing when it comes to like trading. Your problem might not be the strategy, your problem might not even be psychology. You might know all these things. But if you are not willing to take the step and actually give this shit a shot, you are going to fail. Like, whether you like it or not, you're going to fail regardless. Straight off the first step. Like, you have to be like top 0.00001% for you to not fail on your first try. And how long it takes you to realize this and actually come correct and stay on course would determine how long your trading journey is going to take. That's why some people's trading journeys can be 6 months. I've heard 6 months. Some people's ones can be 10 years before they succeed. I don't know, you guys may know Jade Kaplan and his stories about his success. 10 freaking years, and now he's like, I think he made the highest world record for the highest payout on a prop firm ever, over 2 million after 10 years. There are people who succeeded after 6 months and they're still going on their journey. But basically, you have to do the work for yourself. You need to put in what it takes. You need to fail. You cannot expect to go risk free and be riding off the coattails of another person's hard work. Yes, another person, a mentor, can make it easier for you. Oh, okay, rather than ramble around the bush for 10 years, you could just cut here, cut here. You still need to cut. You still need to you freaking need to move your own legs to move towards the goal. You get what I'm saying? So let me make it more detailed now. You hear things about psychology. You need to protect your capital, you need to apply risk management, you need to risk 1% of your capital. Have you ever asked why? Why do I need to risk 1% of my capital? What would I do for me? Why don't I risk 5%? What happens if I risk 5%? Now, because you have a mentor, and I hope you do, or some form of guidance, you might get logical reasons why it doesn't work. What you could do is, rather than going to put your hand in the fire to burn you, you can now try what they suggest. It will be difficult. Most beginners, you know how difficult it is to go over that, especially when you form the habit, that habit of be taking 10 trades a day, or risking, revenge trading over risking. You take a loss, you can't stand it, to keep trading it. For those of you who have overcome that habit, you know how difficult it was, especially if you have been doing it for a long time, especially if you did it at one point and it paid you and you withdrew money. It is going to take you some effort. So because now somebody comes to tell you why you should only risk 1% or stop at one trade a day, he has his reasons, and now it is foreign. So there's going to be fear, there's going to be anxiety. What if this doesn't work? Because you have become comfortable with something that's how the human mind works. You have now become comfortable with something that wasn't even working. It wasn't working, but because it wasn't working in the long term, but because you have gained some form of trust for it. If you simply just go down, take your journal, your book and pen, your notes, you try and be very direct with it. Okay, ask yourself questions. Okay, why? If I do this, how long can I last? I've been doing this thing before. I've been over trading. I've been trading be honest. Be honest with yourself. Honesty is key. I've been undisciplined. I've been taking 10 trades a day, or sometimes 5, sometimes 20. I blow my account. Do I really want to keep blowing my account? That means it's not working, because it ends up with me blowing my account. Now they say I should take 1 trade a day. If I take 1 trade a day, I have more chances. I can regulate myself more. I can be calmer. And now you do all this, now that's the whole mental gymnastics part. Become a freaking philosopher for a while. Then you actually take the step and do it. That is where a lot of people cannot just, get it through. Do it. It is going to be scary. You are going to fail, but do it. Failing, most times the failure might come in the sense of you might not get the results you're expecting, but you have to do what you need to do regardless. So now that's with the example of trade frequency and risk management. They tell you, oh, you should not try and trade multiple accounts at the first time. Why? Ask questions. You can apply this now to anything in your trading, anything in life. You want to form a new habit, you want to break an old habit. You do all the reflection. You listen people. You cannot just come and tell, okay, there are alcoholics, people who can't, they believe drinking helps them. Drinking is like a crutch. You tell them drinking is bad, it's going to kill you. You think they don't know? They know. But the thing is, whatever they are willing to bear, whatever cost, because whatever they believe they are gaining is a whole lot better than whatever cost you want to present to them. They have made their peace with that. In fact, you presenting them with the cost will make them more stressed, and that stress, now because they want to overcome that stress, will make them even drink more. That's how the human mind works. But if somebody puts that, okay, he is able to know all the factors involved on both sides of the spectrum, drinking and not drinking, and he's able to debunk some things he believed he falsely attributed to alcohol, and he is now also able to take the steps, Why is it important to take these steps? Because this is where you convince yourself. Unless you're convinced, it is not going to work. Unless you have that conviction by yourself, it is not going to work. You're not going to believe it. That's why you do something. Maybe you do something, you see it online, they say, oh yeah, you have to do this to get this result. You do it, and after some time, when you are doing this new thing, when you are now trading one trade a day, you have to actually be actively aware, comparing, oh, the results I'm getting now, how is it compared to before? When you are living a life without alcohol now, you need to be, first of all, you need to believe it is easy. You need to believe that it is easy for you to be a disciplined trader. You need to believe that you can actually do it. You need to believe that you can follow your plan. You can follow, trade one trade a day. You will not revenge trade. That you can actually do it. If you believe it's difficult, then my brother, it's only a matter of time. It will be like you are straining on it. It will be so difficult. And before you know it, you're back at where you. And it can be a self-fulfilling prophecy. It can be a loop that will go on and on and on and on for months, for years. And you can be doing that on autopilot. You're not even aware. You just know that you are not where you want to be. You don't like it. And eventually you might just quit without really knowing where. So a lot of people get stuck inside that pit in different aspects of life. It takes courage. It takes boldness to really achieve anything. Some things are easier than others. Some things, because we get more convinced, easier than the other ones. So you might not really feel that resistance. But some of the great things in life, because everybody, there's nobody on this earth that doesn't want good for them. So everybody wants to live a good life. But how many people actually live the good life? How many people actually do what it takes to live the good life? That is the difference. I hope you were able to make sense of I can just, if you ask me what I just said now, I really much don't remember. I can just go on, and I know it's been a mouthful, but I hope it made some sense, and I hope I was able to convey something that may, strike a nerve and make you think differently from how you may have been thinking, that may have been affecting your trading. And I hope to see your comments in the comment section. Feel free to drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe, share, and let's grow the channel. We are at just over 300 subscribers. It's been a while, let's see if we can get to 500. I believe we can do it. It's easy peasy. So catch you guys in the next video. Peace.